update! Hello everyone. Welcome to your weekly update. Isn't this a beautiful grand piano? Thanks to some members who graciously gave this to our church. They're moving and didn't want to take it with them. And so we now have a beautiful piano here in our atrium that I don't know how to play, although that one chord hopefully got your weekly update off to a nice start. Hey, I want to mention a couple things. Number one, I realize we're heading into the fall, and the big question on everybody's minds is, are schools going to open, and what are the school policies going to be, and what are we going to do? And so I want you to know, even as a church, that we're thinking through all those things as a church. Hey, are we satisfied with our policies and how we're doing things, and what do we want to change or adapt now that we're a few months into gathering together? And so know that those conversations are in flight, and I hopefully will have some more updates for you in the weeks to come on anything that we might change as we head into the fall. Additionally, coming up next in our preaching, we've still got a few weeks left in the Psalms, but in the month of August, we're going to begin preaching a short series, 6 weeks, in the book of Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes is an interesting book of the Bible. It's a book of questions. It's a book of some cynicism. It's a book that sort of talks about the challenges of living in a world that isn't like we wish it was. And whereas much of the Bible is hopeful and positive, Ecclesiastes is more of a book that's asking hard questions and forcing us to wrestle with the way life is under the sun. Under the sun is a big phrase in the book of Ecclesiastes. And so we're going to tackle that for 6 weeks beginning in August. I'm excited about a couple things. Number one, I'll be preaching some of those sermons, but also Kevin Estep and my friend Steve Huber is going to come in from Philadelphia to preach one of those sermons. And so we're going to take a look at these challenging questions the book of Ecclesiastes raises. I'm really looking forward to that. It gives us a chance to sort of head in a different direction. Here's why I want you to know that. Because it's a book that's going to resonate with your neighbor, your family member, your work associate who's a little bit skeptical and critical, and maybe who's at a point of seeing through. That's kind of how you think about cynicism, seeing through life. Asking the hard questions that life has to ask. And if you know people like that in your life, this series is going to be uniquely, I think, provocative for them, because it shows that the Bible is not afraid of those kinds of questions, and it really helps us engage and wrestle at a deep level with some of the questions of meaning and purpose and significance that life puts before us. And so I want you to know that's beginning so that you can help to invite folks to join us for that. I'm excited about preaching that series, and I think it'll be a good way for us to engage our own souls and hopefully to engage some of the people in our lives who have some of those deep questions. So that's coming up starting August 16th, I think, third Sunday in August, and you can look forward to that with me. And until then, we continue our series in the book of Psalms. And so next Sunday, Mike Kresnick takes us into Psalm 21, and I'm looking forward to being with you for that. So I'll see you next Sunday for another weekly update.